What's up, guys, and welcome back to 3G Video, where today we are working on this engine to get it back into this car so we can have a running driving Benny hopefully by the end of this episode. So let's go ahead and get started with today's video. It feels like it's been forever since I've driven this thing because mainly it's been like 6 months and I lived out of it for like the year before that. So man, I spent so much time in this car and to not have driven it in so long feels crazy, but that's about to change because we're getting this thing done. I got a new oil pump, which is huge. I actually got two. This is an HEI ignition control. Now, obviously, you only need one ignition control on a car, but I figured getting an extra one wouldn't hurt. Got a new coil because the old one was leaking, and I actually went ahead and got the high vibration one. So, therefore, we can mount it sideways, have no issues. Got some hose clamps because I broke some of those when I took it all apart. Got a couple new gaskets for the intake for the carburetor. Got a full gasket set for the engine, which I'm obviously not going to use everything, but it was a lot cheaper to go full gasket set than buy individual ones. And I got a new timing light because I wasn't sure if that was the issue when we started it the first time. So, got a lot of goodies. Now it's just time to kind of throw some parts at this and hope it works. Okay, so our engine is in. Now, this is the reason why I left the intake and the valve covers off of it to put it all in. Got all of our front cover and everything on, but we need to prime the oil system, and I actually have the tool now for it. I put it down in here just to demonstrate. It goes down here, goes down into the oil pump, and then you can spin the oil pump with a drill, and then it will force oil up, and then we can check, because I actually have the battery hooked up. We can actually check our oil pressure to see what it gets on the drill. Make sure it doesn't overpressurize like it did when we started it last time. Okay, well, as you saw, the oil pressure was good. Spin the engine around, and we got oil coming up to all of our lifters. So that is great. We are ready to button this thing down. Well, I got the nose back on the car. The high beams work on the headlights, the low beams don't. Got a lot of stuff done here. Got the coolant in it, and this thing is ready to fire off. I've even already put fuel down in the carburetor. So we're back to the state that we were last time when we tried to start it, except a little bit better weather. So although there is rain coming in soon, so we do need to get it started and get this thing broke in. I am a little calmer this time going forward. Last time I was pretty nervous. This time, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think it's going to work. We got everything pretty together, and let's see this thing fire up. All right, ready? Yep. Okay, well, the temperature started climbing. I think it was an air bubble, I'm pretty sure, or the gauge is a little off. I'm not sure, but we came over, and I decided to open the radiator to add some coolant into it just in case, and we shut the engine off. When I opened it, it was pressurized. Got it all over the house, all over everything in here, and kind of all over myself as too. But it wasn't like, it was warm, but it wasn't hot. So that's telling me that the thing wasn't actually overheating, which is good. But I was concerned with it. It was showing that it was really hot, and I didn't want it to overheat and cook gaskets that way. So we shut it down. It was running so good. Really happy to hear it just fire off and running that good. But yeah, so got to fill it back up with some coolant and try it again. Well, that obviously didn't go as planned. We got a mess. Gotta figure out why it's overheating now. So, back to the drawing board, figure out why it won't stay cool. Okay, well, I got cleaned up. Got this cleaned up a little bit. Took out the thermostat and added a little T up here, which should help me bleed the system better whenever I filled the water up. Help me bleed a little bit of the air out of it. So hopefully we don't have too much air bubbles and we can start it up and it actually worked this time in theory. So pressure's good, RPM's good. Hopefully we can just finish breaking this thing in, please. It overheated again, so we got something wrong. Okay, got cleaned up again. Also unbolted the radiator, lifted it up, and tried to burp the system and got a big bubble out of it. Let this thing cool off again. So let's fire it up again. We'll go get the temperature gun out and just verify stuff. Okay, she is getting hot again. Coming out the overflow again. Okay, so another attempt. I made some changes, changed the upper radiator hose, actually put us another cap up here. So this has a pressure cap, and then we have the one over on the radiator itself. So this should be able to get rid of our big air bubble in the upper radiator hose. I got it filled up, put a funnel on it, and I'm going to start it up, put the rag on it just in case if it starts blowing up. We might be able to catch some of it, and I can shut it off real quick. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know at this point, but we're going to try it. So let's see if it works. Okay, well, this has obviously been very frustrating, but I got a funnel up here, and you can tell how the water level came up here. I've actually drained a little bit out, but it was starting right around here. I'd start the engine up, it would come up here with like kind of some bubbles on top, and then whenever I'd shut the engine off, big bubbles would come out and drop it, which is making me think there might be some combustion gases getting into our coolant, which is not exactly ideal. Okay, well, this is the reason why this video is taking so long to get out. Now, did a lot of stuff off camera. As you might notice, the engine that we had in Benny sitting over here on the floor because I went and got a newer Mopar Magnum engine block because we were having issues with that thing. The only thing we can think of is that it would be a blown head gasket or a cracked head or a cracked block. Now, if something like that were to happen, there was some underlying issue that caused it to happen. If it was a head gasket, that if I just swap the head gasket out, we're probably going to have issues. And I'm on a time crunch because we need to be ready for 6 summer. As you guys know, it's coming up very soon. We have a little bit less than 2 weeks, and I need to be there. And then we're going to Big Sky and down to Rocky Mountain Race Week. So we got like an 8,000-mile road trip ahead of us. I need this thing to run reliably and not have issues. So I went ahead and got that Mopar Magnum block, and it is in the car already. So it looks really good. Got a new intake on it. Got a riser on the carb, get it out the hood a little more just to make it look a little better, because of course. And let's take a look at it, and we're gonna get this thing fired up. So it is still a 318, same cubic inch, basically same block. There is some differences between the LAs and the Magnums. As you can tell, the valve covers are different. Got it all swapped over to fit in Binny. Moment of truth time. Let's see if this thing fires up. Hopefully we don't have the issues with the cooling system. Hopefully it runs just as well. It is all stock bottom end, stock cam, everything. So we're not going to have the big lumpy cam that we had in the other engine. But this should work, and hopefully it'll get us where we need to be here over the next couple months. Okay, so with this being a whole new setup, we're going to time it again. So I got my timing light out, and we're going to try to get this thing fired. Same carburetor. I mean, a lot of it is the same setup from the other engine. We just swapped over onto this one. Should run, should work, but you never know. So, okay, Dad. Try it. So I got our timing set pretty well at, well, it's a little low now, but yeah, I need to probably add a little bit of timing on it. It's idling pretty low. I might need to bump the idle up just a hair, but I mean, it actually doesn't sound bad. Okay, I know this isn't the most exciting thing ever, but I am going to technically drive it for the first time. I'm just going to back it up so it's not up here so close to the garage. But I want to see if the clutch works. I want to see how all that feels. So, technically the maiden voyage right now. Okay, so I can't just leave it with backing it up 20 feet and pulling it forward. We got to take it actually out for a test drive. Went ahead and got the nose on it, and you know, I got a couple things buttoned up, had an oil leak, had a couple things like that that needed to get addressed before we could take it on the first official test drive, like actually out on the road. There's still a lot of things that need to be done before we are road trip ready. The nose is way too low because the extra weight, we got to get new springs and stuff. There's a lot more that we got to do to it, but we are ready to go drive it on the street. I'm so excited. That cold start. Woo! Okay, it's a little nerve-wracking to do this, but this is our maiden voyage. We're just gonna kind of take it easy, nice, easy little drive. Transmission that I'm not used to. It's going through the gears. It definitely feels shaky. Like it's a different experience for sure from what it used to be, but we did drive it, and it sounded good, sounded fun. Transmission's making noises, which I think might be normal, but thank you guys for being here. Sorry it's taken so long, but I wanted to make sure we actually got to drive it before this video came out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Be looking for more content of the Mopar Swapped Volvo 240 in the near future. As always, guys, have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.